What if I told you that the legendary people of the cave were not in Anatolia, nor in Jordan, nor in any of the traditional locations we've been told, but instead, their story is hidden in the heart of Egypt? This is not just speculation. The Quran itself, history, and even ancient Egyptian mythology all point to a shocking truth. Before Allah even tells us about the people of the cave, He warns us in the very first verses. And to warn those who say, Allah has taken a son. They have no knowledge of it, nor do their forefathers. What a dreadful statement that comes out of their mouths. They speak nothing but lies. Why would Allah start the surah by warning us against following the claims of Jews and Christians? Because the real story has been distorted. And what if the real location has been hidden from us all along? Now let's connect this to another mysterious story, the one in Surah Yasin. Allah says, "We sent to them 2 messengers, but they rejected them, so we reinforced them with a 3rd. Then a man came from the farthest part of the city, running, saying, 'O my people, follow the messengers.'" Do you see the pattern? First there were 2, then 3, then 4. Could the youth of the cave be these same individuals, messengers of truth fleeing from persecution? Now let's talk about something shocking. The description of the cave in the Quran matches ابوسمبل in a way no other location does. Allah says, "And you would see the sun when it rises. It inclines away from their cave to the right, and when it sets, it passes them by on the left, while they lay in the open space inside." This is exactly what happens at ابوسمبل. The light doesn't directly enter. Instead, it shifts and reflects off the Nile, causing an indirect glow. This phenomenon happens naturally, without needing any human intervention. And here's something even crazier. When ابوسمبل was moved to save it from flooding, engineers carefully preserved the original sun alignment, meaning no one can change the way the sun interacts with it. There is no changing the words of your Lord. Now let's talk about another mystery. The dog of the cave. The Quran says, "Their dog lay with its 4 legs stretched at the entrance." Does this image remind you of anything? Look at Anubis, the ancient Egyptian god of the underworld, always depicted in this exact position. Anubis was known as the guardian of the dead, just as the dog guarded the youth inside the cave. Could this mean that the ancient Egyptians later turned these real individuals into myths, depicting their dog as Anubis and their miraculous story as part of their belief system? Now, what about the strange Quranic phrase? They remained in their cave for 300 years, and they increased by 9. Ancient Egypt had a powerful group of gods called the Great Nine, Tasu Heliopolis, and their number grew over time. At first, there were only 5 major gods in ancient Egyptian belief. There were originally 5 main gods, Wadsuwa, Yaguth, Ya'uk, and Nasa. So, could it be that the youth of the cave lived during a time when Egyptian polytheism was evolving? And after their miraculous story, their memory was corrupted into the foundation of the Egyptian pantheon? And then the final shocking connection to what happened to them after they were discovered. The Quran says that, "Then they disputed among themselves about their matter and said, 'Construct a building over them. Their Lord knows best about them.' Those who prevailed in the matter said, 'We verily shall build a place of worship over them, a temple.'" A temple built over them? What do we see today? ابوسمبل, a massive temple that houses 4 sitting figures, a temple that still aligns with the sun to this very day. The story of the people of the cave is far deeper than what we've been told. The Quran preserves the truth, but over time the world has buried it under myths and distorted history. But now, with the evidence in front of us, could it be that the real cave was in Egypt all along?